Good morning, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another edition of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility. Today, we're going to take a look at the brand new release from Michael Schenker Fest Revelation. All right. Not a big fan of the cover. Not that I'm a, devout Catholic or anything. I am Catholic, but I'm not much of a practicing Catholic. But I just think that that's kind of, I don't know, somewhat of a distasteful cover. You got Schenker on the upside down V, nailed to the V, and then you got all of his singers looking down below, and I don't know, not a big fan of the cover. But the album itself is pretty good. One of those albums, and this is the second Michael Schenker Fest record, CD, album, whatever you want to call it, multiple formats, obviously, that kind of reunites the Flying V Axe Master with most of his iconic singers from the MSG group. So you've got Gary Barden, you've got Graham Bonnet, you got Robin McCauley, you've got Doogie White, okay, considered the kind of classic guys along for the ride. You've got Chris Glenn on bass. All right, we obviously lost Ted McKenna not long ago, so he's not aboard on drums this time around. Obviously, in his place, we've got two drummers. We got Bobo Schaff, or Schaff, however he says his last name, who played in the Macaulay Schenker group. We also have Simon Phillips on drums as well, the amazing Simon Phillips. Him and Bobo share the drum duties on this album, although Simon unable to tour with the band, so it's Bobo on drums going forward. Okay, we've also got Steve Mann on guitar and keyboards. We've also got guesting on one song. We've got Ronnie Romero on vocals. All right, Ronnie, of course, the current lead singer for Ritchie Blackmore's Rainbow. How much of a full-time thing that's going to be, I don't know. He also plays in the Ferrymen. Okay, Ronnie's showing up all over the place. A guy in demand. So what do we got on this brand new album? So we've got 13 tracks, baker's dozen. Okay, my first kind of spin or two of the album, the CD, I was a little kind of unmoved, all right? When you listen to a Michael Schenker album, whether it's MSG, Macaulay Schenker, Michael Schenker's Temple of Rock, Michael Schenker Fest, whatever, you expect plenty of explosive lead guitar work, some usually pretty cool riffs. In most cases, he's had some very capable singers with him, but of course he's changed singers so many times, right? The whole LSD, lead singer disease, right? Here he's bringing a lot of those singers back, okay, that kind of all work together. Most of them are elder statesmen at this point, so I think having them all working together and playing off each other, in many cases singing on the same songs with each other, kind of plays to each one's strengths and weaknesses, right? Because some of these guys, maybe not the same singer they were 30, 40 years ago, right? Carrying whole songs, maybe not the smartest thing to do. So here we have on many of these tracks, you've got maybe 2 or 3 or 4 all singing together, right? You got Doogie White and, Robin McCauley and Gary Barden and Graham Bonnet. They're all popping. Someone sings the chorus, someone sings this, so it kind of works pretty good. But again, let me go back to what I was saying before. Initially, I was like, man, I'm not hearing a lot of solos that are grabbing me. I'm not hearing a lot of guitar riffs that are really grabbing me. But after multiple spins, what I'm starting to realize is actually a lot of these tunes are actually pretty catchy and pretty memorable. Can't always say that about a Schenker album, right? Especially the last 20, 25 years. A lot of the Michael Schenker releases over the last 2 decades or so, or maybe 3 decades, the songs are okay, but you're kind of waiting for him to get to the solo. The solo explodes. You're like, there we go. That's what I wanted to hear. Here, it's kind of the other way around. I'm waiting for exciting, explosive guitar solos, and while there's a few of them, this album is not all about that. But upon subsequent listens, you're like, actually, there's some pretty good melodies on here. There's plenty of hooks. The vocals kind of work, not on all tracks, but most of them. And yeah, there's a couple tunes where he rips on guitar, and there's some, some of the tunes are a little bit on the heavy side. But overall, it's not a really, really killer heavy album. Not that any Schenker album ever really is. But I think if you kind of hold your expectations on those virtuoso solos in every song. Hold that back a little bit. It's actually a pretty enjoyable album. So let's kind of talk a little bit about some of the tracks here. So you've got kicking it all off with Rock Steady. Kind of all the singers kind of get involved. And again, another tune that, like, it's a good anthem. It's really catchy. Not much going on as far as Schenker goes on this tune, but you got Doogie, Robin, Graham, and Gary all kind of doing the vocal thing, popping in and out, and it works. It's a really catchy tune, right? It's got a good hook. It's a nice anthem for him, and I would hope he plays it on tour. It's actually a really good tune. Then you've got Doogie is all on his own on the really good Under a Blood Red Sky, one of my favorite tunes on the album. Just a good hard rock tune. It's got some good guitar playing and a really strong vocal from Doogie. Silent Again sees Robin McAuley coming back into the fray. All right, he's probably out of all these guys whose vocal ability really has held up over the years. I've seen them live. McAuley still has it big time, right? Could probably sing the whole album, no problem. But it's kind of cool that they got all these guys on here. Silent Again, good tune. Okay, what else we got here? Sleeping with the Light On, another one of my favorite tunes on here. It kind of has those Schenker melodies we all love so much. It's got a catchy chorus, got all the singers kind of popping in and out once again. I think that's a really well done kind of like ensemble piece. Okay, then you got Graham Bonnet, all right, for Beast in the Shadows, which the first time I listened to it, I was kind of like, not really digging it. Graham is a little restrained on it, but the more I listen to it, it's got a good hook. And I think if you dig some of the Graham Bonnet Band recent stuff, as well as the more recent Schenker, I think it's like a kind of a good meeting of the two, and I think it works really well. Behind the Smile comes after that. Doogie White at the helm. Not an overly memorable tune, but okay. All right. And then we got Crazy Days, all right, which has got Gary Barden all by his lonesome. Yeah, I'm not digging Gary's vocals much anymore, whether it be on album, CD, recorded in the studio, or live. He just doesn't have much range at all anymore. And I mean, not that he ever did, but he was perfectly capable back in the 80s, I always thought. And he's a really good frontman. He's still a really good frontman. He's very charismatic. Guy just doesn't sing that well. So I'm not that big into that tune. All right. That leads into Lead You Astray. Okay, with McAuley once again. Good tune. Okay, good tune. After that, we got We Are the Voice with Ronnie Romero. Okay, Ronnie's got a great voice. Ronnie's got this kind of Dio Coverdale thing going on. He's got a really heavy accent. Okay, really heavy accent, which you can hear on this tune a lot. But the tune is really good. It's got a good chorus. It's memorable. Great Schenker guitar soloing. Okay, I dig it. Another highlight tune on the album. Gary Barden's back again for Headed for the Sun. Not a bad tune. Again, not great vocally. Old Man comes. Okay, got more singers. All of them, well, with the exception of Ronnie Romero. All the four guys coming in, sharing duties. Not a very memorable tune. It's okay. I kind of dig it, but it's nothing great. Still in the Fight. Another Graham Bonnet-led tune. Decent. I think the album here after We Are the Voice kind of like loses a little bit of momentum for me. And then it finishes everything off with Ascension, which is an instrumental, which, got some really tasty guitars from Michael. I'm sure most people would like to hear more than one instrumental on an album, maybe two, but I think saving it for last was kind of a good deal and works out really well. It's a pretty cool tune. I like all the Schenker instrumentals. So, overall, decent album. I'm liking it more as I'm listening to it. Is it prime, top shelf Schenker? I don't really think so. I'm going to kind of show you. There's the cover. Again, I'm not really digging that. There's the man himself, Gary Barden. Always with the cowboy hat these days, or whatever kind of hat you want to call it. Graham Bonnet. All right. Doogie White. Steve Mann. Chris Glenn. There's Bobo. Did I miss Mr. McAuley? Where is he? I must have skipped a page. Hold on. Let's find Mr. Macaulay. He's got to be right here. There he is. There he is. Anyway, Michael Schenker Fest. Brand new, hot off the presses. Nuclear Blast Records. All right, 13 tracks. Revelation, it's titled. I like it. Like I said, pretty memorable tunes. If you're expecting an explosive guitar feast, falls a little short. Some good solos. Okay, I would say about half the tunes have some really interesting solos. A couple of them are kind of like, that's it. That's all we get. Not a ton of cool riffage, but songs are well constructed. They're memorable, and it's a fun time listening to all these singers kind of mingling with each other. I mean, I think that's the whole point of the whole thing. So we'll see how long the Michael Schenker Fest thing continues on. You have to wonder, because I know I've heard people talking about it, you have to wonder if bringing Ronnie Romero into the fold for a song here will lead to him doing an album with him. Ronnie and Schenker. Be interesting to see, because Ronnie Romero now is playing with all sorts of great guitar players. It'll be interesting to see exactly if that leads to anything or not. But if not, hey, that's cool too. So anyway, Michael Schenker Fest Revelation. Check it out. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. We'll see you guys soon. Gonna be no content this weekend because I am going away with my wife for a few days on vacation. We're going to take a little long weekend, overdue since our anniversary was a couple weeks ago, and we haven't really had a chance to do much of anything. We've been so busy with other things. So no content this weekend, but we'll be kicking back off next week. We've got Classic Live Album Wars Round 2 starting up next week, probably Monday or Tuesday. Okay, we got a couple shows I'm cooking with Mike Antonelli, more on the jazz side. We've got Craig and George Seibert coming on hopefully next week as well. We've got a rant and a what if plan, so there's all sorts of stuff happening. More top 10 songs, more album reviews. We got Alter Bridge, new Borknagar. What else we got? All sorts of stuff. The Magpie Salute, all sorts of things. I got a stack of new releases I'm trying to get to, so we're going to kind of do them all as they come, and we'll see you guys real soon. All right, take care. Bye-bye.